merong fine, daily fine, 5,000, etc. So, sino ang magpapa-implement at para ma-impose na yung fine at makolekta yung fine? At kung bibilangin mga violations, gaano na sila katagal, yung terminal na yun, gaano katagal nagsisingil ng CR. So, i-compute mo yung fine from day 1, right? Up to the present. So, sinong gagawa nun?
As per Section 7, which is the penalty provisions of the said law, the Land Transportation, Franchising, and
LTFRB.
Regulatory Board, after 5 years
After 5 years,
from the effectivity of this act,
and that
once-
act came into effect in 2016, am I right? Sorry.
2018, sir.
To 2018.
Yes, sir.
So 18, and then you will count 5 years, 2023. So in effect na yun. So ngayon, LTFRB dapat ang mag-kolekta ng fines. LTFRB, where are you? LTFRB. Mr. Lumer
Bernabe, sir.
Bernabe, Executive Director ng
LTFRB, sir.
LTFRB. Okay, sige. Gusto ko makuha yung opinion mo, Mr. Bernabe.
Bernabe, sir.
Go ahead,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. For that finding, sir, we have directed the Regional Director of Region 7 to issue a show cause order for the findings that the Senator found out during his inspection. And they will be having a hearing for that, sir. And then after that, if they will find a violation on the accreditation of all the terminals, they will be given that penalty, sir, that penalty of 5,000 pesos.
5,000 pesos per day.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Now, paano kung nagmatigas yung LGU? Do you have power over LGUs? I don't think so.
I think, sir, we have to communicate that with the ILG.
Exactly.
Yes,
DLG, are you here? Attorney Maria Rodora Flores. Okay, DLG. So, if the LTFRB will coordinate with you tungkol dun sa fines na imposed, na 5,000 daily since nag-start, took effect yung batas 2019 plus 5 years, 2023. So, 24-25 for 2 years every day na naniningil sila dun sa CR. So, that's by the hundreds of thousands. I don't know kung abot ba yan ng kulang-kulang 1 million. I don't know. But anyway, now, magko-coordinate yung LTFRB para kayo po ay mag-impose ng fine. And how would you do it?
Sir, on that matter, our legal service team will handle the complaint. At siguro, sir, kasama ko po dito yung representative from our legal service kasi sila po yung in charge.
Mhm.
Usually, sir, pagka ganyang may mga reklamo po kaming nare-receive,
Mhm.
ang initial action po talaga ng DILG is to call the attention of the LGU, and parang katulad ng sinabi nga nila, sir, di ba, show cause order, pero since meron ng result based doon sa kanilang show cause order, i-verify siguro po ito, sir, ng aming team from our legal service and do the necessary action from there. Ano po yung standard natin, Attorney Gina, from there? If I may call the representative, sir, from our legal service.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and your title?
I'm Attorney Gino Lavarias from the Legislative Division of the DILG.
Good afternoon, attorney again. Sige, attorney, the floor is all yours.
Mr. Chair, LTFRB being the lead agency may communicate may communicate with the DILG for possible sanctions of the LGU with regard to non-compliant to RA 11311. Then the DILG may write a letter to the concerned LGU. Then if that letter remain unanswered by the LGU, the DILG may initiate filing of the formal charges with the concerned LGU to the Ombudsman
And what will be the charges? So,
In relation to local government code, Mr. Chair, there is a gross neglect of duty
Mhm.
that may be filed with the concerned LGU.
So in the case of Cebu, sabi nga ng LTFRB, nag-issue na siya ng shock cause order and then they will coordinate with you. And kapag walang response at kapag walang hindi umaksyon yung provincial government of Cebu, then that's the time that you will file charges.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. Now, isa pang violation, nakita ko when I was there, dun sa terminal na yon, walang mga electric fan, pero nagbago na, binago na nila. And I thank the provincial government of Cebu dahil natinag din pala kayo at ginawa niyo yung gusto kong mangyari. When I was there, I was just, ikukwento ko na lang, ang daming electric fan doon sa terminal. Hindi ko na mabilang kung 10 ba or more. Not a single one ay gumagana. Tanghaling tapat yan. Pinagpapawisan yung ilan sa mga pasahero doon na nag-aantay ng kanilang schedule na biyahe. Pero pag pumunta ka doon sa ticketing office booth, ang lamig, nakasweater pa yung mga empleyado doon. Pagdating mo sa admin office, nakasweater pa sila. Yung admin office, mga officer doon, dahil sa lamig. Pero sa mismong terminal, walang gumaganang electric fan ni isa. At ang sabi sa amin, gumagana lang daw yung pag sa gabi. Sabi ko, bakit sa gabi? Eh malamig na sa gabi. Dapat sa umaga gumagana. So parang the passengers are being shortchanged. They're paying the right amount for the plete, kung tawagin doon sa Cebu. And yet, hindi sila provide ng good service. And from what I've heard, LTFRB, magkano ang binabayad ng bawat bus na nagpa-park sa North Terminal, each parking and each arrival and annual membership? For the public to know, para malaman namang Cebuano.
Sir, I'll have to find out, sir. I'll just check it with the regional director of Region 7.
I do have that data. I was just asking kung kaya mo. Pero
Yes, sir.
again, this might not be accurate now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Monthly fee for each bus unit na binabayad sa Cebu North Bus Terminal. I mean, ito sa South, to sa South. Sa South. And siguro pareho din to sa North. Ito yung nakuha namin data. 12,000 monthly fee for each bus unit. 250 terminal fee sa bawat parking. And 75 pesos na naman pagdating. 3 taga. And yet, free CR, hindi nyo kayo may provide? Sana magaan. So, kasi yung South Terminal is also being operated by the provincial government of Cebu. Come on guys, kayo dyan sa provincial government, I don't have anything personal against you guys. I'm just doing my job, trabaho lang, walang personalan to. Ginagawa ko talagang trabaho ko. Kahit na sino magalit sa akin, basta I have to do my job because I was mandated by the people to do my job as a senator of the whole country, not only of NCR, but also Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And I've been doing this not only here in the Philippines, but also sa ibang bansa. Tulad sinabi kanina sa DMW, bilang committee chair ng Department of Migrant Workers, pupunta na ako ng iba't ibang bansa, Dubai, Hong Kong, Singapore, etc. para mag-inspect. But anyway, going back to public services. Now, meron bang violation din doon sa electric fan? Sa tingin nyo, LTFRB? Kasi sa Section 4 ng RA 11311, nakalagay doon in the absence of natural ventilation, dapat may ventilation. Mechanical ventilation with airflow from a clean area. So in this case, walang electric fan. Kaya lang, ginawa na ng paraan na may electric fan na. So hindi natin pwedeng habulin yon. I'm just being clear. Pero in case, kapag merong pang ibang mga bus terminal na operated and ang administrator ay ang LGU, so you can go after them using these Section 4, 5, and 7. Tama? Okay. Now, very good. Ngayon, sinong ignorante? Kasi we were called ignorant. Now, sino lumalabas na ignorante? Pastilan, Ginoo. Okay. Karon, asa naman ta? Muadto ta sa kanang mga bus ba? Isa sa mga nakita namin doon sa North Bus Terminal naman. Ito LTFR din siguro to, wala nang kinalaman dito yung LGU. There was one bus unit na parang kabaong na tumatakbo sa kalye. Yung clutch, tinalian na lang po ng goma para kumapit pa. Yung brake, nakatali ng goma para kumapit pa. Yung cambio, halos din na drawing. Ayan, may tagang goma yun. Fire extinguisher. Now, mabalik muna ulit tayo pala sa LGU. Di pa pala ako tapos sa LGU. Mamaya. Yung nag-provide sila ng pushcart. Ayan. Dadalawa lamang ang pushcart na nga. Look at that pushcart. Look at that. Kawawa naman yung porter. Yung porter gusto maghanap buhay, siyempre magtatawag ng mga pasahero na para matulungan niya maitulak yung kanilang mga bagay, mabibigat. Unsa naman ibay, sulti ng porter sa ako. Ano ako makapaghanap buhay nito? Walang gulong. Sabi ko isa, meron 3 gulong. Pero yung isang gulong, patid. Useless. Again, sana pupunta yung binabayad ng mga bus company, kung tawagin ay monthly fee per bus unit, terminal fee sa bawat parking, and 75 pesos fee sa bawat arrival. That's a lot of money. And hindi nyo kaya? Pushcart lang? Magsabi lang kayo sa akin, magdodonate ako ng pushcart sa inyo. Kawawa naman kasi, yung pushcart ginagamit yan para sa mga senior citizen, yung mga mayroong mga mabibigat na kargamento. At para magkaroon hanap buhay din yung porter. Wala. So ang ginagawa ng porter, buhat-buhat lang sa likod. Ginababa na lang sa likod. Okay. Yeah. Now, LTFRB, pagalitan mo yung iyong OIC dyan sa Cebu dahil tamad. Nakaupo lang sa kanyang opisina, nangungulangot at nakatingin sa bubong at binibilang yung mga butiki. I'm serious. Call his attention. Because he's not doing anything. Kasi kung ginagawa niya yung trabaho niya yun, hindi makakalusot yung bus na yun. Nasira-sira na halos. Hindi niya papayagan yun. At maraming mga gulong doon ng Ceres bus na put-put. And for all you know, baka put-put pa yung brakes. And mind you, recently, may mga aksidente involving Ceres bus units. In fact, for so many years in a row, talamak yung aksidente ng mga bus involving Ceres. Mechanical problems. May mga nasunugan, nasunog. Meron pang sumabog ang bubong. At sino may problema rito? Dalawa. Government agencies na nag-regulate, na nagmamonitor, and then of course, bus owners. Anong comment nyo doon, LTFRB, sir?
Sir, doon po sa huling, dahil po dito sa ginawa niyo inspection, we have called the attention of the Regional Director of LTFRB 7 and we asked him to explain. And also, sir, we directed him to conduct regular inspection on all the terminals and all the buses. Sir, for the franchises, we check it. And then our partner agency, sir, the LTO, who is responsible for the roadworthiness, we also call them, we also call the attention of our partner agency. We are not passing, sir, but we are doing it in partnership with LTO. So, yun po sir, we can also show to you the directive that we have given to the regional director and also the coordination we made with the LTO of Region 7.
Siguro you have to inspect also. Meron ba kayong threshold as to how many violations lang papayagan yung magkaroon ng isang bus company before they will be suspended or canceled ng kanilang franchise? For example, dito sa Ceres Bus. January 2021 sa Consolacion, Cebu, nagkaroon ng aksidente. May 23, 2022, catches fire in Barangay Labagan in Mandawi City. April 12, 2024, caught fire in Anilao, Iloilo. June 10, 2024, caught fire along the National Highway in Canamucan, Compostela, Cebu. April 20, 2025, more than 10 old bus units caught fire inside the Balyacar Transit Compound at Community Barangay Cabog, Bacolod City. Ano ibig sabihin po nito? Malaki ang pagkukulang ng LTFRB. I'm sorry to say that, sir. Ibig sabihin, wala kayong ginagawang regular inspection, hindi lamang sa mga bus unit itself, kundi maging sa mga motor pool, how these buses are being maintained. Am I right?
Right, sir. We admit that, sir.
So ano pong plano? Anong game plan ngayon?
Sir, with that, sir, we have come up with a memorandum circular wherein, sir, yung pong not only the terminal but also the garage. On the safety issue, sir, some of your findings are may mga langis, sir, na nagkalat doon sa garahe.
Yes, sir.
Tapos po yung mga kanilang mga mekaniko ay hindi certified na trained.
Mhm.
So we asked for the training with TESDA or a reputable training for the mechanic, sir.
Okay.
And then some of our actions, sir, is also yung monitoring CCTV. There should also be a rest place for the drivers
Mhm.
para habang naghihintay sila ng toka nila nakapagpahinga sila. Sir, yun po yung mga actions na ginawa natin.
Ang problema nga po, sir, you did mention that. Okay, I'll cut you right there muna.
Yes, sir.
Halimbawa sa South Terminal bus ng Cebu, ang reklamo ng mga crew, ng mga bus, wala rin silang tambayan. Saan sila tumatambay? Pag-alagala lang sila sa kanto, iba sa kanila, upo sa bus, bubuksan yung aircon, bawal naman yung bubuksan yung bus na maandar, tapos walang pasahero. So, that's another thing. Is dapat mag-provide din ng siguro rest area para sa mga crew. Kasi pangit naman kung yung mga crew mainit, pawisan, pag-alagala, and then pag oras ng trabaho nila, pagod na sila, that would also cause problems, accidents. Diba, sir?
Yes, sir.
So, napansin ko nga, sir, thank you, na-acknowledge mo na may mga nakita akong mga pagkukulang ng maraming motor pool, how the repairs are being handled, at karamihan sa kanila hindi pa talaga certified, and from now on, you will make sure na lahat sila, yung mga mechanical test certified, and sana, sir, yung cleanliness. At the same time, I'm also vice chairman ng labor and employment. Nakikita ko, kawawa po yung mga empleyado. They were not wearing proper gears. Walang gloves. At you know, sir, that gloves, very important dyan. Naghahawak ka ng mga langis. Mga toxic chemicals yun. Paano kung may sugat yung trabahador? Magkakasakit. Tapos ngayon, expose sila sa mga chemicals, mga gasolina. Wala man lang sila mga face mask. Walang apron, walang boots. Pwede sila madulas, maaksidente. Pag na-aksidente, bibigla 1,000 o tatakbo sa akin sa opisina, sa radyo ko. And panghugas nila sa grasa kasi walang gloves, gasolina. And we know for a fact na very dangerous yun, yung ma-expose yung any part of our body sa gasoline. And those kind of things has also to be investigated. Siguro magsama na rin po kayo mga taga-dole pag nag-inspect kayo. Kasi walang ventilation, poor ventilation. Na makikita mo na pinagpapawisan po yung mga manggagawa. At wala po mga clinic prone to accidents. Yung mga magagawa doon dahil slippery, kuminsan yung mga makina nila doon, wala mga cover, naglawit-lawit kuryente. I think, sir, LTFRB and DOLE, sa susunod kong hearing, I will invite you, maggawa kayo ng coordination and para 2 birds in 1 stone. Inspect yung mga buses, inspect nyo na rin at make sure na maayos naman yung mga trabahador doon, natatrato na maayos at At pag natatrato ng maayos yung mga trabahador, siyempre, mga trabahador, they'll do their job well, and then mapoprotektahan yung kapakanan at safety ng mga pasahero. Di ba, sir? So I think it has to be done. Tapos dapat, sir, lahat ng mga motor pool may mga clinic. I think I'm telling you this now, although dapat sa DOLE to, pero pwede niyo po i-coordinate sa DOLE early on. Na kasi kapag nagkaroon ng aksidente, merong clinic na maitatakbo agad yung mga trabahador. Now, marami pong mga bus terminal na LGU operated. I want you to target those, sir. Because they thought na since LGU operated sila, ang administrator ay LGU, exempted na sila sa LTFRB because maybe they're thinking na the LTFRB doesn't have power over them. Totoo naman kung totoo siya. But you have the DILG, pwede kayong saluin. Tama? Sampahan ng kasong sa ombudsman. The election of duty. Kababanggit lang po kanina ni Attorney Maria Rodora Flores. Maasahan ko po yan. Sa Dao Terminal, I don't know that Dao Terminal is that LGU operated. Ang dami ng violation. Dami kami natatanggap ng mga text messages. Siguro po LTFRB mag-ikot po kayo sa buong Pilipinas, lahat ng mga bus terminals. Kasi ako, nag-iikot na ako. Hindi ko naman pwede ikutin lahat yan because meron pa naman ang trabaho dito sa Senate. On top of the inspection I'm doing. So siguro, I challenge you, kayo po dyan sa LTFRB, mag-ikot kayo, tingnan nyo po ano yung mga violations. Especially doon sa mga unit mismo ng bus. Yung mga brakes. Itong Holy Week, ilan pong natalad yung disgrasya sa daan involving po yung mga passenger buses?
For the record, sir, we have almost 20.
20
Yes, sir. Road crashes.
road crashes.
Yes.
And ilan dito ang public utility?
Almost lahat, sir.
Almost lahat.
Yes, sir.
And the reason for the road crashes?
Sir, ang laging nare-reason is nawawalan ng preno.
Exactly. Yun ang sinasabi ko. At meron pang ang sumabog ang gulong. I hate to be prophetic. I said that during one of the hearings here. Na kapag yung sumabog ang gulong, that can cause accident and that could be fatal to the driver and passengers. At meron, pakita natin, nasa yung video na sumabog ang gulong. Guys, Comsec. Okay. Yun po yung palagi, sir, eh. Palaging sinasabi ng driver, nawalan ng preno, nawalan ng preno, nawalan ng preno, parang silang plaka paulit-ulit. At yung karamihan sa mga accident, they're avoidable. Disiplinado yung driver, nagpapalo sa traffic rules and regulations. Well-maintain yung kanyang sasakyan. No accident. Alisin mo lahat yung sinabi ko. Many accidents. Yan na nga, 20 accidents. So, nawalan po ng brakes. Kadalasan. At ano po ito mga sasakyan, ito mga bus?
There are buses, sir, and also trucks for hire.
Okay. That is something that you have to investigate from now on, sir. Pag pumunta kayo, mag-investigate kayo, mag-site inspection kayo sa mga sa mga bus terminals, public utility transport. Yung brakes po, very important. Kasi yan po talaga palagi ang binibigyan na dahilan ay yung nawala ng brakes. O dili kaya sumabog yung gulong. Yan ba yan yung sumabog? Van for hire naman yan. Van for hire, sumabog, pumutok ang gulong, na aksidente sa may Boljoon, Cebu, April 18, 2025, Good Friday. May 10 pasahero papuntang Santander. So van for hire, ano to? Sakop ng LTFRB, right?
Opo, sir.
So, parang monitoring ginagawa niyo po sa mga van for hire nga pala, LTFRB, sir?
Yes, sir. Yan din po, sir, ang isang nakikita namin na loophole kasi wala silang supposed to be mga terminals where kung saan sila nanggagaling na dapat mapag-inspekan ng LTFRB.
So, ergo, how would you
Yes,
inspect
sir.
these van for hires na mga units na galing mismo sa iyo, they don't have terminals
Yes, sir.
for you to go there to inspect.
So, yun po sir ang isasama namin sa aming mga gagawing MC. Supposed to be, sir, if you are a tourist van provider, meron kayong mga terminals na designated wherein we can inspect all the units. Pero sa ngayon po sir, kasi individually nagkakaroon sila ng mga units, so nanggagaling sa sarili ng bahay, and then they will proceed to the resort owner na may mga tourist, so kukunin nila yung kanilang pasahero. So yun po sir ang mangyayaring
So kaya
process.
nga po sir, doon sa MC, sa memorandum circular na ipapasa nyo, anong nakasaad doon?
There should be a designated terminal for or tourist van for hire or shuttle service na kung saan pwede mag-inspect for safety aspect ang LTFRB and also the Land Transportation Office.
Or better off, mas maganda kung mag-submit sila sa inyo on a regular basis ng records of maintenance ng kanilang unit,
Yes, sir. That will be included, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Or also they would show to you kung saan nila pinaparepair yung kanilang mga sasakyan.
Yes, sir.
Pero how can you monitor that? We're talking about by the hundreds and thousands.
We can direct also our regional director, sir.
Kung itong mga bus nga, meron ng mga terminal, hindi na kaya ng mga regional director nyo, yung pa kaya, isama natin tong mga van for hires.
But we have to do it, sir.
You have to do it. But how? I need to know how, kasi
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
it's easier said than done.
Yes, sir.
It's easy
So,
to say
sir-
na we will do it, pero how?
Sir,
Tell me how.
we can do partnership, sir, for example, sir, this van for hire is being registered yearly.
Okay.
And during the registration, sir, at LTO, there is this roadworthiness inspection.
Mhm.
Kaya po, sir, meron tayo ng motor vehicle inspection system.
Okay.
Nasa LTO po yan.
Mhm.
So, pag nag-under po sila ng inspection, ay ng renewal ng kanilang registration, the unit will undergo series of inspections, sir, as to the brakes,
Mhm.
yung roadworthiness na, yung under chassis and everything. Meron po silang aparato na ginagamit or equipment ang LTO in order to ensure na bago nila i-renew that the unit is roadworthy.
Mhm.
Yun po, sir.
Okay, sige. Now, I know merong batas tayo, RA 10916, Road Speed Limiter Act of 2016. So it's back in 2016. It's not being implemented yet. Na lahat dapat ang mga public transport merong speed limiter na hindi siya pwedeng bumilis pa doon sa naka-designate sa batas na speed. At yan dapat ini-install.
Yes, sir.
Mandatory
Dapat
sa
po.
lahat ng mga buses.
Yes, sir.
Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa rin.
Yes, sir. Hindi pa rin
Why
po
not,
na-enforce.
sir? Another causes of accident ay yung overspeeding. And we know that for a fact, right? So bakit hindi pa natin na-install yun? Itong RA 10916. Marami tayong magagandang batas. I'm telling you. Since namupo akong senador, marami akong binasang batas. Sabi ko, ang gaganda ng mga batas na ito. Pero kulang tayo sa implementation. Kaya dito ako pumapasok. Ako ang tagahanap ng mga butas sa batas na yung mga hindi na-implement. And this is what we're talking about now. Bakit hindi na-implement to, sir?
Sir, siguro po, it's just the implementation.
Why? 2016 and now it's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
2025.
I think we have to...
9 years na.
Yes, sir. We have...
So kailan ito ma-implement? Pagputi ng uwak.
No, sir. With what is happening now, sir, I think we have to be stricter.
When? When?
Immediately, sir. Immediately.
When you say immediately, give me a time frame.
Yes, sir. Time frame, sir, starting next week.
Starting next week.
Because we will be having a memorandum circular, having this Senate hearing as our reference, that henceforth, all public transport should be installed with the speed limiter in accordance to what is in the law.
Okay. And you're telling me now, starting next week,
Yes, sir.
umpisahan nyo na to
Yes, sir.
sa lahat ng public transport. Is it safe to say today is only April? By the end of the year, how many % na yung covered yung...
Sir, I will check for the availability of the speed limiter and then I will get back again
Yung
to
speed
the...
limiter, saan ba binibili yan?
There's a provider, sir. Actually, there are lots of provider who are offering this speed limiter.
Baka pagkakitaan niya naman, kayong iba hindi pa papalag. Teka muna
Sir, baka sir po yun ang nagiging reason kung bakit hindi pa na-implement. I think we should, for my part, sir, personal opinion, I think we should conduct due diligence on the speed limiter provider, and then we'll be conducting bidding who has the most credible speed limiter that has to be installed.
And I'll make sure pagdating sa bidding, ako ay naka-monitor na para hindi po gagamitin yan para pagkakitaan
Yes,
kung
sir.
ilan-ilan
Yes,
dyan.
sir. That is the one
sir.
that we have to assure the senator, sir.
Okay. Good. Now, next, I would like to commend LTFRB and PDEA because itong Holy Week ay ilan, I think 100, mahigit sa 100 na mga drivers ang nag-positive. Do we have PDEA here? Member?
Attorney Joel Mad.
Yes, sir.
Attorney
Good
Joel.
afternoon, sir.
Madeo, good afternoon. Okay, maganda yung balita. Well, actually bad news yun. Pero good news doon sa inyong effort na ilan po yung mga na nag-positive, na nag-random check kayo sa mga drivers, sa mga public utility.
Sir, there are 101 drivers, sir.
101 drivers
Yes, sir.
Out of-
Nationwide.
nationwide.
Yes, sir.
Saan karamihan dito sa 101 mga ito?
Kamihan po doon sa Mindanao, sir.
Mindanao.
Sir.
So ano to? Positive sila sa Shabu?
Po, sir.
Okay. Anong nangyari? Ano yung proseso? No? Once na naging positive sila, yung random drug testing nyo doon sa Mindanao, anong sumunod na?
Sir,
Yung
ang
proseso.
ginagawa po dito, sir, is rinirehab po to. Pero unang-una po, kinukonfiska po yung kanilang driver's license para hindi po sila makapagbiyahe agad-agad. Then, they are being referred to po sa mga concerned LGU for the rehabilitation and treatment, sir.
Okay, LTFRB and LTO. Sinasabit, kasama naman siguro LTFRB no, when you did that
Yes,
testing?
sir. Yes, sir. LTO, sir.
LTO, nandito ba yung LTO? Okay. Now, muna, PDEA, ilan sa mga bus companies na year in and year out na ginagawa niyo ng random drug testing tuwing Holy Week ay palaging merong mga driver sila nagpa-positive? Meron ba sa record niyo?
Sir, we conduct random drug tests on these private companies twice in a year.
How about public utility?
Yes, yes, sir. Including
Sa
the
mga
public utilities, sir.
Kaya nga, ilan po doon sa mga bus companies na paulit-ulit nyo lang po naulihan ng mga
Ah.
drivers na nagpa-positive sa drugs?
Sir, in the observance of this Holy Week, we have conducted 4,207 numbers of drivers. And
I'm saying, sir, ilan dito ang recidivist? Yung bus company na paulit-ulit na lang na nagpa-positive ang kanilang mga bus drivers every time na gumawa kayo ng drug testing. That's what I meant.
sir, I will check on the record, sir.
LTFRB, do you have those? You have that record?
Sir, we will go back to the record, sir. We cannot say categorically, sir, kung sino po yung mga recidivist.
Nako, you should. You should. You must.
Yes,
And
sir.
you will be
Yes, sir.
doing that. That is for the safety of the passengers. Kasi kung paulit-ulit na lang naulihan nyo or nagpa-positive ang mga driver nila isang bus company every year or twice a year, there's a big problem. And that means maybe cancelin muna, suspend muna pansamantala yung lisensya ng bus companies, yung prangkisa ng bus companies. Dahil pabaya sila. Diba? Marami din sa mga aksidenteng dahilan dahil yung driver ay Naka-drugs. Sinasabi nilang kunyari brakes, nawalan ng brakes, pero wag ka, naka-drugs. Sobrang bilis. In fact, merong video nag-viral na yung supposed to be na 15 minutes na biyahe, I don't know, where was that? Ginawa lang niyang 5 minutes. Parang daig pa niyang jet plane. Malamang naka-drugs yun. So, wala kayong records niyan, PIDEA? Wala kayo sa database
Sir,
niyo?
based on our record, we only have one bus company.
One time?
Yes, sir.
So, ibig sabihin, pag gumawa kayo ng drug testing sa bus company nito, bus company A, sa next time bus company B, hindi niyo binabalikan kung baka meron ba improvement. Wala.
Nag-positive. Mayroon pong nag-positive.
So, LTFRB. Okay, isa pa lang. Pero you're not sure, baka meron pang iba. It could be. Ano ang penalty, LTFRB, kapag yung sinabi ni Sir, isang bus company, paulit-ulit na nagpa-positive ang kanilang mga bus driver doing drug testing ng...
Sir, we can suspend. We can suspend the operation or the franchise of the bus company.
Okay, hanggang ilan ba ang threshold? Hanggang 3, 5, 10, 20, 50 ang Times?
Yung violation nila, sir?
meaning yung driver nila palaging nagpa-positive tuwing magte-testing. May mga nagpa-positive tuwing nagda-drug testing kayo at saka yung PDEA.
Sir, I will check for the threshold.
Okay.
But definitely, sir, yung mga bus companies na with the drivers who were found to be positive, yung pang mga drivers na, sir, na-revoke na yung license nila, and we have already warned the bus company on their liabilities. There should be a regular drug testing since yung mga driver po nila is araw-araw na nagda-drive. So we also tell them that they are still liable if their drivers is found to be using illegal drugs.
Okay. Kasi nga po, yung mga bus companies na paulit-ulit na nahulihan or nagpa-positive ang mga bus drivers nila sa drugs pag nag-random testing, yan. Ibig sabihin, pabaya yung mga kumpanyang na bus na yon. Wala silang pakialam not only sa welfare ng kanilang mga tauhan, kundi maging sa welfare lalo na ng mga pasahero. And these bus companies, they don't have the right na para magpatuloy na magnegosyo, maghakot ng pasahero. Ito yung sinasabi ko na para mga kabaong tumatakbo sa kalye. So, dapat sir, masyadong maingat tayo dito. Ito po ang gusto kong pagtuunan ng pansin. Proper disposal of all bus units to avoid incidents. Nag-inspect ho ba ng motor pool ang who should be doing the inspection? LTFRB, LTO? Yung motor pool.
Sir, it's the LTFRB.
Okay. Well, recently, meron isang old na bus unit sa garahe na sumabog. Sunog. Nabalitaan niyo po yun, sir?
Yes, sir.
Sa motor pool yun. So, meaning, wala tayong in-inspect na motor pool. So, mag-pass po kayo ng MC na obligahan niyo po lahat ng tauhan ninyo sa mga probinsya, lalo na mag-inspect po ng mga motor pool. Ako po, nag-inspect ako, nakita ko sa Cebu, talagang hindi lang po kaawa-awa yung mga trabahador doon, kundi natatakot ako sa buhay ng mga pasahero na sasakay sa bus na yon, na kung saan doon nire-repair sa motor pool ang bawat unit at minimaintain din doon. Dahil wala sa hulog, ika nga. Yan na po yun, oh. Ayan. So, proper disposal ng mga bus. Kanina pong trabaho yan. Pag halimbawa yung bus hindi na po ginagamit, whose jurisdiction would fall that under?
Sir, it's still responsibility of the company of the proper disposal.
Yeah, responsibility of the company, but sino nag-regulate yan? Sino ang nagsasabing na ito dapat ang gagawin kapag hindi nyo ginawa yan, kayo po'y mamumultahan, etc.
LTFRB, sir.
Then, again, may
Yes, sir.
pagkukulang ulit tayo dyan.
Yes, sir.
So ano pong plano nyo dito sa nangyaring insidente na nasulot na bus?
Yes, sir.
Pati po yung lumipad na bong, pero mamaya masyado yung mabilis yung paglundag-lundag ko. So, ano po plano nyo rito? Ano pong game plan?
If there will be a regular inspection, sir, dapat po we have directed already the owner to dispose all the unused vehicle because it poses hazard. Yun tulad po niya, sir, nagkaroon ng sunog.
Okay. Fire department. Fire department. Okay.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Fire Superintendent Jeffrey Atienza, Chief Special Operation Division. So under sa jurisdiction niyo po yung mag-inspect ng mga fire extinguishers sa mga buses, right?
Mainly, sir, no po. Mainly po sa terminal po kami nagpo-focus, sir.
Sa mga
Pero
terminal.
sa every bus po na transportation, wala, sir.
So LTFRB, sa inyo yon.
Part of the safety, sir, LTFRB.
So kayo po, sige, since nag-usap na tayo, Superintendent
Yes, sir.
Atienza, nag-inspect ho ba talaga kayo ng mga fire extinguishers sa mga terminal? Eto, wala tang fire extinguisher. Bumbero na dumating.
Yes, sir. For information po, Your Honor, yung po nasunog po ay isang open yard po na pinagtambakan po ng mga unserviceable na vehicles po ng mga bus. Is that po a terminal po na usual na may mga maraming tao po na present?
Okay. So sa mga motor pool at mga bus terminal, are you sure? Siguraduhin mo lang na nag-inspect kayo ng mga fire extinguishers doon na para masiguro na yung mga fire extinguisher ay hindi pa expired.
Yes, sir. We religiously inspect kung may, especially, sir, kung may mayor's permit po. Pero kung mahirapan po kami ma-monitor, kundi po wala po silang business permit, sir, sa amin.
So kung walang business permit sa
Mahirapan
kanila,
po kami ma-locate, sir.
so paano yung, okay, good. Nabanggit mo yan. So paano kung meron dyan yung mga house-show kung tawagin ng mga establishments, terminals, motor pools na hindi naka-register? So paano yung matuko yun?
Yes, once na
Ensure na meron silang mga fire extinguisher, parang kanilang mga trabahador ay hindi mas discuss yung mga accident sa sunog.
immediately po dapat mo i-report po natin sa LGU, sir, barangay level na wala pong kaukulang permit po yung motor pool or terminal, sir.
Paano bang refill ng mga fire extinguisher, sir?
Once a year po, pag talaga pong ang fire extinguisher po ay talagang makikita po na down pressure, sir, and makikita po physically na talagang lumang-luma na po ang tangke.
So yung tangke, every year dapat pinapalitan.
No, sir, yung pong laman lang po.
Laman.
Yes, sir.
Tapos saan po dinadala yon para palitan yung laman? At ano yung indication doon? May indicator ba doon na yung laman ay napalitan na?
Sir, sa legitimate na supply ng manufacturing extinguisher.
Pero doon sa sticker, di ba nakalagay dapat yung date na nirefill yun and then the date
Yes,
sa
sir,
susunod
opo. May
refill?
tag po sa body po ng fire extinguisher.
So kapag yung fire extinguisher ay bulok na tulad nung ilang beses ko nakita sa mga bus na kinakalawang na panahon pa yung sa Rizal, eh yun talaga, dapat hindi na.
Yes, sir po. Makikita po, sir, sa pinaka-gauge na kung down pressure na po yung unit po.
So meron yung bilog tapos may gauge, ano?
Yes, sir, opo.
So yung sa pressure,
Yes, sir.
pag pulang-pula na yon, ibig sabihin,
Wala na po.
kubos na.
Yes.
Halos na-inspect ko, puro ganun eh. So siguro, you can coordinate with the LTFRB para to educate them para mag-spot ng mga fire extinguisher na
Yes, sir.
ah,
Yes, Your Honor.
expired na. Oh, by the way, mabalik ko, LTFRB, halos lahat ng bus, whether NCR at probinsya na inakyat ko, wala silang glass breaker. You know what I mean about glass breaker? Yun yung maliit na device na pampukpok mo sa salamin para mabasag at kung tumawag yung bus, palayo lang, pwedeng tumakas mga pasahero. Wala. Kadalasan nakikita ko 90% at a time, or I would even say 99% at the time, yung fire extinguisher at glass breaker nandoon sa driver. So pag na-aksidente, si driver at si konduktor, ligtas. Yung mga pasahero na nagbabayad, nagpapasweldo sa kanila, yun yung madidisgrasya. So LTFRB, take note. Gusto ko lahat, kung pwede, halos lahat ng bintana ay may glass breaker. At syempre, hindi lamang sa driver side, kundi maging doon sa passenger side, meron din fire extinguisher para in case of emergency, may pang magamit yung mga pasahero. Now, we're talking all this and then babalikan ko kayo after a few months because I'm gonna do an inspection again because ako yung tao na binabalikan ko po. Hindi pa ako yung ningas kugo na po. And I'm telling you that. Babalik-balikan ko yun. Kaya sa pag binalikan ko, wala pa rin nangyari. Anong gagawin natin, Mr. Bernabe, sir? At yun pa rin po yung mga violation ng mga ibang bus.
Sir, I will assure the
Companies.
senator that we will do something about this, sir.
Mag-sample siguro kayo, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mag-sample kayo na dapat meron masuspinde. May mamultahan na malaki, may makukulong. Promise, if you do that, I guarantee you, hindi naman siguro totally 100% mawawala na itong mga problema pinag-usapan natin. At least man, drastically, it will be reduced because ayaw nila mamultahan, ayaw nila makasuhan, etc. Sobrang abala sa kanila yon. And they'll be very careful, all these bus operators and even operators of bus terminals, regardless whether that is LGU operated or privately owned and operated. You agree po, Mr. LTFRB? Sir? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Cisco, Star, Victor, Lion, Florida. Yeah, I did some inspection on these bus companies. And then, in fact, may isang bus company dito. I'm not gonna mention the name. Baka lalaking tenga, ulo. Maganda naman yung nakita kong pag-inspect ko. Compliant halos sa lahat ng bagay sila at malinis pa. Anyway, alam niyo naman yung bus company kung sino kayo yun. Oplan Harabas. Ito yung drug testing, ano? LTFRB and PDEA. Okay. LTO inspected vehicles for road worthiness check and 1,165 failed the check. LTO?
Yes, po. Good afternoon po.
So what happened to this 1,165 failed that inspection check for road worthiness ng mga vehicles? Combine na ito, private and public?
Ano lang po, medyo nag-concentrate po kami sa terminal po nung Oplan Semana Santa po.
So public lang to.
Yes, po.
Wow! 1,000. 165.
Nationwide po naman po to.
Nationwide, yes sir. Kahit nation, marami na to po sir. Just imagine, ilang pasahero ang nakasakay dito na pwedeng maging cause ng disgrasya dahil nag-fail sila sa test. Ano po usually, saan sila bumabagsak sa test?
Hindi na po namin sila pinapabiyahe po. Pinapabalitan po ng sasakyan.
Ano nga po halimbawa, yung nakita nyo na violation doon kaya nag-fail
Karamihan
sila
po,
sa test?
kalbo po yung gulong, sir.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. Di ba? Kalbo ng gulong. Kasi ang ginagawa naman ng iba, mga maduga ng mga bus companies, ni-recap lang, which is bawal yun. Tama, sir?
Opo,
Yung
sir.
putput ng gulong, papatungan nila ng goma na bago para lalabas na bago. Pero dapat yung gulong itself, papalitan. So, hindi nyo na pinabiyahe ito 1,165. Ano-ano to mostly buses? Tama.
Yes, sir. Ano.
At ano itong mga bus companies na ito? Yung marami, yung karamihan. Yung maraming units.
Opo, yung may maraming unit po.
Ano po? Anong pangalan ng bus company? Baka isa to sa mga paboritong sinasakyan ng mga kasambahay namin pa uwi ng mga probinsya nila. Para sabihan ko sa mga kasambahay namin, huwag nyo na muna sakyan yan. Ano po? Sa bagay, mga kasambahay nga pala namin nag-aeroplano. Sa mga kakilala ko na lang pala kapitbahay. Sige, ano po sir?
Medyo maano ko lang po, sir, yung filtran ko po.
Filtran ko. So, hindi nyo marami doon ng mga bus units, kalbo ay filtran ko. Tama?
Yes po.
Ilan po sa mga units ng Piltranco na sabi niyo wag nang bumiyahe kasi delikado, tako disgrasya ka, ilan pong units?
Alamin ko muna po.
Mga ilan po?
Wala po akong exact na details.
Dapat sir, meron kayo niyan sir. Alam mo naman mag-hearing tayo tungkol dito, you should be always prepared. When you come to a hearing like this, especially pag ako po yung napatawag ng hearing dahil mabusisi po ako magtanong. Hanggang sa kalit-liit na bagay, tinatanong ko po.
Sige po. Alamin ko po.
Importante po ito. Why? Para malaman natin kung ano talaga yung mga problema ng mga bus companies at naging madalas sanhin ng disgrasya. So in this case, sabi nyo, Piltrangco, SNAUC, LTFRB, marami raw sa mga bus units ng Piltrangco nung Holy Week ma-inspect sila failed their mechanical test at hindi na pinabiyahe. Anong katapat noon, sir? Ganun-ganun na lang ba?
No, sir. We have issued during also before the Semana Santa, sir. The LTFRB together with the OTR secretary, yun din po yung nakita namin sa terminal ng Piltrangco.
Kaya nga po, sir.
So what we did, sir, we issued show cause order to the bus company,
Show
and
cause
the
order.
hearing will be on April 30, sir.
Ano po nakalagay sa show cause order?
For utilizing unaccredited terminal, kasi po gumagamit sila ng terminal dito sa Pasay na unaccredited.
Okay.
So, pinatawag din po namin sila just this morning. Doon po namin nakita yung mga marami pang additional violations.
So bakit kinailangan pa sila bigyan ng pagkakataon magpaliwanag kung bakit sila ay gumawa ng katarantaduhan, kayo na mismo nakita yung kanilang katarantaduhan. Di
Yes,
ba?
sir. Yes, sir.
Parang
So, part naman po yun ng
due process.
yes, sir. Due process.
Pero sir, ngayon pa lamang gusto ko marinig sa inyo. Ano ba yung parusa?
Sir, if our findings is already violated, it will be their franchise will be suspended.
So in this case, sir, mga tao nyo na mismo ang nakakita ng violation.
Yes, sir.
Nagpadala kayo ng show cause order. Doon sa show cause order, why we should not suspend your franchise after having been found to have so many violations, etc. Sasagot sila. Kailan po yung hearing?
April 30, sir.
April 30. And then after that hearing, may schedule another hearing for another 30 days, hanggang inabot ng taon-taon.
No, sir. Immediately po after the hearing, the resolution will be submitted and the verdict, sir, will be given to the violator, which is
How many days
Piltrangco.
after the hearing, sir? After the first hearing?
7 days, sir.
7 days after the hearing, there's execution agad ng decision.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Not only siguro sa Piltrangco, siguro pati sa mga ibang bus companies, it's about time. Pati doon sa mga bus companies na marami mga nahuli na,
Violation. Yes, sir.
na-found na positive yung mga drivers nila.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It will all apply to all the bus companies, sir.
So sa susunod na hearing natin, sir, maybe in May, pag nag-hearing tayo, so isasubmit mo sa akin ano pong naging resulta nung sa Piltrangco.
We will do, sir.
Kasi para sa akin, sir, malaking kapabayaan to. Diba? Not only Piltrangco, I'm sure, hindi lang Piltrangco, yung may mga kalbong gulong, ako mismo nakakita ko halos lahat ng mga bus companies. Wala lang isang bus company dyan sa May Cubao na pinuntahan ko na wala. Pero halos lahat. So anong balak natin dito, sir? Kalbong gulong, sir, talaga importante. Paulit-ulit ko sinasabi to. So maging ready kayo dito, sir, ano?
Yes, sir.
Okay. DOH reports 383 road accidents during Holy Week. Okay. By the way, mabalik tayo ulit sa Cebu. May mga nagreklamo. Kasi gumagawa tayo ng Magna Carta for commuters. Merong, is this DPWH? Andito ba ang DPWH? Saan ba yung picture? Yung sa gitna ng kalsada, naglagay ng mga street lights. Pinayagan maglagay ng street lights at walang man island.
Sir, nasa right side, sir. Judith, engineer.
Good
Engineer
afternoon.
Judith Tagley. There's it. There's the picture. Nako aksidente po yan. sa gitna ng kalsada, naglagay ka ng mga poste ng ilaw. That's in Cebu. Whose project is that?
We will be verifying po, sir, if that is a project of the DPWH. But if it is along a national road, sir, there is a possibility that this is a project of the department.
Now, even if it's a national road na jurisdiction na ng DPWH o sa inyo na yun, hindi ba katarantaduhan yan na maglagay ka ng poste sa gitna ng kalsada? Diba, ma'am?
Yes.
Baklasin niyo
agree,
po
sir.
yun kung yan ay DPWH.
Mhm.
DOTR, where's the DOTR? DOTR, ayan po, ASEC, Juscoro Reyes. Sir, good afternoon po. Ano pong title niyo sa DOTR, sir?
Assistant
I'm
Secretary.
the Assistant Secretary for Roads and Non-Infra po.
Ay, kayong kailangan ko mausap. Ano pong opinion niyo dyan, sir?
I completely agree with you, so, Mr. Senator, sir. Mr. Chair, sir.
So, ano pong plano?
We'll coordinate with the DPWH chair and all the other agencies, perhaps including the local government unit. Because as you very well noted, engineering is part of the road safety problem, sir.
And kawawa naman yung mga communities dyan, di ba? Pag na-involve sa accident, yung sinasakyan nilang public utility vehicles, bus. Ang gagawin nyo lang po siguro, magtawag na lang po kayo sa chairman ng barangay Hugan. Ayan, ang bilis ko sir mag-isip, ano? It's just a one phone call away. My people can even help you. Odette Molina, magaling na researcher ko sa RTIA, can help you. Just one phone call away. Tawagan mo si chairman ng barangay Hugan. Chairman, kaya ng project ba karang ilaw din sa tungaw kalsada? And the chairman will tell you. And then you go from there, tama sir? Pero you do agree na that's wrong. So let's do something about it. So
Yes,
if coordinating kayo sa DPWH.
We will coordinate immediately, sir.
Pero I doubt na DPWH to. DPWH are smart enough, siguro, not to do this kind of thing. I think this is project of LGU or maybe some politicians or somewhere along the line. Hindi sila kapag-isip or yung kontrakto nila basta naglagay dyan para magkaroon ng project. It's very unfortunate. So anyway, DPWH and DOTR, please look into this. Thank you.
Duly noted, Your Honor, sir.
Thank you, sir. MMDA reports 22 vehicular accidents in Metro Manila during Holy Week. MMDA. Do we have MMDA here? Wala? Wala. Okay. Testa. I saw Testa. Okay. Very good. Testa. Mr. Enrico Corpus Jr., sir, malaking papel ang ginagampanan nyo para po sa safety ng mga pasahero, ng mga public utility, lalo ng mga bus. Dahil sila po dapat certified at doon po sa inyo tinuturo yung proper maintenance, proper pag-repair at pag-ayos ng mga bus. Gaano katagal ho ba yung certificate para doon sa kapakanan ng mga bus companies at sa mga drivers na gusto mag-avail? Is ito po ba'y libre?
Actually, sir, meron tayong scholarship grant from TESDA and some of the candidates also nagwo-walk-in sila para talagang mapapast track nila o mapabilis yung kanilang knowledge and skills development in terms of yung sa technical natin. So pagdating po sa national assessment to certify the technician, so normally maximum of 8 hours po yan kinakandak. So in-evaluate po natin, ginagather po natin mga evidences sa mga technician, ang kanilang knowledge, skills, at the same time importante yung attitude ng technician.
Yes, sir. Kasi, di ba, required po ang lahat ng mekaniko, lahat ng kasamang driver,
Opo, sir.
driver
Yes, sir.
na dapat TESDA certified.
Actually, as my knowledge, dapat isa mandatory for all technicians.
Mandatory for all
the
technicians.
yung tinatawag nating quality assurance
Quality assurance.
and safety ng ating mga technicians and of course yung mga end users and yung mga, siyempre, lahat ng nasa establishment po.
So, paano po nalalaman kung compliant ang lahat ng mga bus companies?
So normally ang mga technician po ang kina-certify natin. So ang technician to make sure na ang technician ay competent to perform their duties and
Yes.
responsibility. So in terms of company, of course, iba yung humawak ko dun, sir.
Okay, sir. Para sa kalaman ng lahat, gaano ka-importante yung role ng isang mekaniko at technician sa isang bus company?
Napakalaking role po ng isang technician, of course, like for example po sa safety. So isa sa mga duties and responsibility, hindi lang po ng driver pati technician, na yung sasakyan ay tumatakbo ng roadworthy. Actually sa mga driver dapat isa sa mga responsibility nila, main priority nila main duties is to make sure the vehicles or the bus are roadworthy for driving. Yan. So then at the same time sa mga technician po, so sinicertify natin sa kanila para at least merong pong duration, merong tinatawag tayong validity ng mga technician. So kagaya na expect natin na Mr. Chair, karamihan most of them, so medyo hindi na po updated ang kanilang certification, medyo may kulang po sa competency. That's why
Yes.
ina-update po natin. So
I
we
remember
need
you
to
were there.
update their competency.
And thank you pagsama, sir, Mr.
Thank you.
Corpus.
Thank you po, sir.
Na-remember ko pa. So, sino po, kaninong responsibility mapupunta yon sa pag-inspect to ensure na lahat ng mga mekaniko at driver ng lahat ng bus company ay compliant sa TESTA certification?
Yeah, as per my knowledge po, yung DTI po ang nag-require yan, not only for the technician, of course, for the establishment, dapat meron silang
DTI.
provide na, DTI po, na mag-provide sila ng mga safety personnel, officer na requirement.
DTI, are you here? Huh? Nandito?
Yes po, Your Honor.
Hi,
Hi,
Iris.
Yes, sir.
Okay, narinig mo naman kung gaano ka-importante po yung trabaho ninyo, ngayon
Yes.
na mag-inspect, siguraduhin na lahat ng mekaniko sa mga bus companies, sa motor po lalo na ay TESTA certified. Are you guys doing it?
Sir, based po doon sa amin po when it comes to the emission, I think we have a joint memorandum circular with the DOTC, I think.
DOTR.
Yes po, DOTR. Because yung dati po DOTC pa po, it
Yes.
was in 2012, wherein we are in charge. Let me just check my notes, sir. So ang check po namin when it comes to emissions is that most are automotive related products po, sir.
No, sorry, ma'am.
po.
Not only emission, what's important to me is sila ay TESTA certified na mga mekaniko at TESTA driver. Kasi mandatory po yun to ensure safety of the passengers at safety na rin po yung mga bus units
Yes
ng
po.
kanilang mga bus companies na pinagsisilbihan.
Yes, sir. Yes po, sir. So, well, for our part, sir, so DTI inspect the technician and of course, yung service and repair shops po as part of our accreditation process po for the service and repair enterprises. So, as long as they meet the standards that we have to protect, of course, the consumer interest.
Ma'am, sorry.
Yes,
Let me interrupt you.
Sorry.
TESTA certificate ang pinag-uusapan po natin. Gusto kong ma-ensure na compliant lahat po ng mga bus companies, bus operators, compliant doon sa mandatory na TESTA certified ang lahat ng mekaniko nila at mga drivers. Ang sabi ko kasi sino dapat ang nag-inspect noon? Sabi ni Mr. Corpus, DTI. Ang tanong ko, ginagawa niyo ho ba yun? Yun lang po yung tanong ko, yes or no?
Sir, we have to check with our bureaus and divisions po with the certification itself, sir. So we will provide a report on it in the next meeting na lang po, sir.
So it shows to me now na hindi niyo ginagawa kasi bulag ka doon sa sorry for the word, parang bulag ka doon sa sinasabi ko, you don't see what I'm saying. Kasi kung ginagawa niyo yun, yes, meron kaming ginagawang pag-inspection. In fact, ito yung pangalan ng unit namin and we do this inspection twice a year, once a year, etc., etc. But wala kang kahit na ganung klaseng salita, meaning there's no such thing. It doesn't exist. LTFRB, can you help DTI? And LTO, siguro, join forces. Help DTI. Maybe they don't have the manpower. That's why she doesn't know what I'm talking about.